Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 134 of PD's Awesome Guest Panel. Now, before we introduce tonight's iconic, wonderful guest star tonight, I would like to introduce tonight's co-host for this evening, all Power Ranger enthusiasts. First off, my good buddy, Mr. Christopher Petey.
Hey, yo.
You're the Ed to my Johnny. Remember that, Chris. Also introducing tonight's co-host for this evening, from jolly old England, Mr. Kwame Jacobs.
Hey, guys.
How you feeling tonight, Kwame? I know you were under the weather, so how you feeling?
Honestly, I feel like crap. Honestly, my head hurts, throat hurts. Honestly, I just feel like dog. I feel like dog shit. Sorry for my bad language.
Oh no,
That's okay.
Yeah, got a headache. I'm gonna be sticking around to ask the questions, and but I will let you guys know when I got a bail because I want to rest myself.
Yeah. No worries, man. No worries. Introducing also our co-host from the land from down under, Miss Jessie Devine.
Hi, it's Jessie Devine, actually.
I said Jessie.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime. And also introducing tonight another good buddy of mine and a longtime Power Ranger fan, Mr. Dan Romano.
Hey Pete, thanks for having me. And Sasha, looking lovely today. So just glad to be here. So yeah.
Why, thank you, Mr. Romano.
You're welcome, Sasha.
Well, pretty much introduced tonight, but I'm going to give a second introduction because this is how awesome our guest star is tonight. So introducing tonight's guest star, I want to say is a very wonderful human being that I've been a dear friend of for years now. She is not only Power Ranger legend, she is the star of Lightspeed Rescue and a wonderful woman that I had the utmost honor of meeting at this year's Morphicon in Pasadena, which to me was like Woodstock for me. My guest at this time is Miss Kelsey Winslow herself, Miss Sasha Craig. Sasha, welcome. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, nephew. Thank you.
It's so good to have you on, Auntie. I want to dive into questions that we have, but because these are questions that we didn't get to ask in our previous interviews, and so glad to have you back. It's such an honor. One of the questions I didn't get to ask you, and I always wanted this too, was what was your favorite part about playing not only Kelsey Winslow, but just being a Power Ranger in general? So, like, what was your favorite part about playing both roles?
Oh, every day it was new. Every day is absolutely different and exciting, which my brain it makes my brain happy. You know, I liked the workouts, the acting, the meeting the fans, which is just so humbling and amazing. So yeah, it's hard to pick just one. It was a pretty phenomenal experience, and I was lucky to be a part of it.
That's awesome. And you completely nailed that role, though. Like, I'll never forget 3 of my favorite episodes of all time of Lightspeed Rescue will always be Right in the Edge. I mean, because I'm a big Kelsey Winslow fan, so of course, I'm going to be biased towards the Kelsey Winslow episodes because I just admire and respected, Kelsey's, extreme, prowess when it comes to sports.
Well, thank you. I like her too.
So cool. And like, I'll never forget in the episode up to the challenge where you got like into a fiery house explosion and you're like, oh hell no, I might be in a hospital bed, but I'm getting right. You sprinted right out of bed like when you heard your friends in action. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I don't want to be left behind, and I don't want to be sitting in bed. That's in real life. I don't like being sick. I'm poor with our friend over there who's not feeling well. I hope you get better really soon, because I know it doesn't feel good to be under the weather. So
Thanks.
take our vitamins, get good sleep, have some yummy food, make sure we're getting our nutrition. You don't like to eat?
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my throat hydrated as possible.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for not going the Hulk Hogan route.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the Hogan route?
He says, don't forget to take your vitamins, say your prayers, do your homework.
Oh yeah, those are all good things, right? So,
I mean, it depends on how you see Hulk Hogan these days, though.
Yeah.
No, the milk is good, the vegetables good, but the homework part's not so good. As a kid growing up with homework, I was not a fan of homework.
You weren't? I don't know. It was so funny. I remember like all my friends, like, I remember walking to the school bus and my brother and his best friend, like WWF, because it was WWF at the time, like WWE now, right? So yeah. It's real, dude. No, it's not. It's fake. It's like whatever, like show, right? It's a show. So
people embrace that scripted these days.
What?
People embrace that WWE scripted these days.
Yeah. Oh, it's so much fun. It fell out like so fast. It's insane.
It's theater. Yeah.
It's
That's
the
basically- Yeah.
It's Sasha. They say it's a male soap opera.
ooh. Well, there's female WWEs too.
Well, yeah, this is what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying no. I'm saying before. No, I'm
And-
saying yeah. But I'm saying before, like when women's evolution of wrestling came, which didn't happen until later on. Like they were calling a male soap opera before that happened. But yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah.
both male and female dominated.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think WOW, which was all
probably.
women wrestling too,
Yeah.
Well,
You're
don't forget Glow.
and Glow, of course. But Glow didn't really have much of the soap opera aspect. I'm just saying that WOW back in the day actually had its own storyline, and yeah, that was also, I guess, more along the lines of how they were kind of just trying to match with WWE in some ways, WCW. And they, I guess, had their own soap opera storyline, but yeah, it was actually geared more towards males rather than an all-female audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like Rocky. You guys like Rocky?
Wayne.
I do. I love
Wayne.
Rocky. Yeah.
Wayne.
So inspiring. Like that stuff.
So you know what I'm gonna do, Chris, because Kwame's not feeling well. Let's have Kwame ask this question, then you can ask your question. Only because Kwame's not feeling well today.
Sure.
Okay, Kwame, ask your question.
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on.
Again, I apologize for that, Sasha, for my internet. I apologize for that.
It's okay.
What important lessons or values have you learned during your time on Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, Sasha?
What kind of what lessons? I love my light just went out too. Everything's going down.
Oh my god.
Who needs it? Oh, there we go. What
There we go.
lessons? What kind of lessons? What did you say?
Important
hang on.
lesson.
Yeah, basically like what important lessons or values you have learned on your time on Lightspeed Rescue.
What lessons have I learned? The lessons I've learned on my time in Lightspeed Rescue. Well, I learned how to show up no matter what. Like, if you're not feeling the best or anything, you really have to show up to work and you have to work through like a lot of things. But I also learned that you need to really take care of yourself. We had very, very long hours. And if you're not like taking care of yourself properly, you can get sick and it can hold the show up, and that's not cool. So it's a lot of pressure. So I guess I've also learned to work under high pressure situations, because that was definitely, there was a lot of people counting on me, and counting on the cast. Everybody counts on everybody, right? You have the whole crew too, right? You have the dolly, you have lighting, you have people who make the sets, people who make the props, like everybody. You need everybody to make a show work. So I think realizing that and it's not just you, like the actor, because their face is out there. Sometimes I think they can get a big ego, but I think it's good to know that everybody on a set is necessary and needed, and you can cut them out, but it does affect the show in some way or another.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit similar to how they tried to cut out Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men, and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah, but I think
Well,
Charlie was
go
at the time.
winning. I think that's all about that.
He's better now, but sometimes, like when you're having addiction issues, that definitely affects the show. So I love Charlie and I want him to be well, but I think that was something he was going through at the time.
You
Yeah.
actually know Charlie Sheen personally?
What?
You know Charlie Sheen personally?
I don't know him personally. I've met him like at a party before, and he was drinking his Diet Coke because he was so at the time. So
Oh, he's trying to stay sober, huh?
I mean, it's really difficult. I think people who have addiction issues normally have a lot of demons that they're trying to get over, a lot of pain. And so they try to hide in their addiction, but you really don't get over that pain unless you do some real like therapy, like, like especially when it's that bad, you need to talk to somebody so you don't go down that road and don't get lost.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fair enough.
Really
Yeah.
quick, I want to go off what you were saying because I agree on the show wise and even film wise, it's all a collaborative process. You need those people, and even the unsung heroes. You don't see those people usually. So, but basically, I agree with it being a like that's the best and worst thing about film. Like it's all collaborative. So sometimes like you just don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. But basically, I agree with you. So just wanted to.
You have
Yeah.
you have to be on the same page, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And funny how you're saying we have too many cooks in the kitchen when we have like so many hosts right now, co-hosting right now.
There's
Yeah.
nothing-
You guys are at work, right?
Yeah.
Yep, we're all here at work and we're all yellow, literally.
Ooh.
We're all painted yellow. They didn't paint my brown eyes blue; they painted them yellow. Chris, your question?
So how has your experience as a Power Ranger impacted your life and career?
Oh, in every way. My husband met me and found out I was a Power Ranger. Like we met at Sundance, and he like looked me up online. He was like, "Oh, she's really active," and he was super active too. And he kind of like, so I wouldn't have been like, you wouldn't have been able to search me up online if I wasn't a Power Ranger. I have every once in a while I'll have somebody. It doesn't happen as often as you think, but every once in a while I'll have somebody come and say, "Wow, I watched you when I was little and you really affected me." So I affected them in some way, in a positive way, which is really, I'm really, really grateful to have had that experience and to be able to give that. It was really cool. So
I can honestly say, Miss Craig, I am one of those people you definitely impacted growing up watching Power Rangers.
thank you.
I
And
can
thank
honestly, Jess, you got a question?
What was the most challenging part of filming an episode?
so when we were shooting Power Rangers, we would shoot 3 episodes in 2 weeks, right? So I think the most challenging part was just being ready all the time for them to call you. Otherwise, I mean, I was having so much fun. I was up for the challenge. Sorry, that was a corny.
Oh, good to me.
Yeah, that's good, just tagging one of the episodes. So yeah, I was ready for that. When it came along, I was just so stoked. It wasn't like there were ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a challenge. Like, okay, I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, sometimes 4, to get to set on time. So that was difficult. I think the challenge was my time away from set wasn't that much. So I wouldn't like, you just have to be available to work all the time. You didn't have a lot of partying or hang out with friends after work. You had to like go home, eat, exercise, if you didn't get enough exercise that day at work, and be ready to work and keep yourself healthy to work the next day. Yeah, that would be the biggest challenge, I think, because I wanted to play. So yeah, I was 20 something. Of course, I wanted to go like do other things with my friends outside of Rangers, but I really had to keep focused and you sign a contract, so you have to, have that integrity to follow through with that.
It's beautiful. And Dan, before you ask your question, let me just say too, Sasha, you were part of a very important season of Power Rangers because Lightspeed Rescue was the first ever, I believe it was the first one that wasn't really a continuity of like, because they say Lost Galaxy was pretty much like the last continuity of like Mighty Morphin and Beyond. Then they had Lightspeed where there was no connections whatsoever. There was no Bulk and Skull, nothing. Like, and that's why your season was very significant. In addition to that, your season also comes off as the most serious-minded one. Like, there's seasons that come off very comedic, then there's ones that come off like heartfelt, but yours is more like General Hospitals. Like, it's more like a soap opera.
That makes sense. I
And
hear you. Yeah.
That's a compliment too. That's a compliment too because I absolutely loved your performance and everyone's performance. Sean.
Oh.
Hmm?
Go on, my love.
Oh no.
Yeah, you were cutting up a little bit there.
Oh, I was just saying that this was pretty much, at a time when Lightspeed Rescue was at a time in 2000. Like this was when Pokemon Gold and Silver was coming out. This is when Pokemon was big. This was when Eminem came out with the song "Stan." This was when a lot of good stuff
Dang it.
happened in the yeah.
Oh no.
What was the question?
The question, well, that was a question. That was a statement.
Okay.
And I was waiting for Dan to ask the question. So Dan,
Oh.
go ahead, ask your question.
Sorry, Bush. Really quick, Sasha, just gotta get this out of the way. Lightspeed is in one of my top. It's my third favorite season of all time. So just throwing it out there, and you're one of my favorite Yellow Rangers out there. You're top tier in my opinion. So, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
But my question would be, what was one of the worst experiences you had? Because it's like I know you had fun, but what was the worst or toughest?
I think the toughest experiences I had. I mean, at one time I was doing a scene with Keith, and we were doing like a race, and they had this plastic like finish line on the ground, and props forgot to stick it down. You know what I mean? Or somebody forgot to. They just put it down, and I slid on that. And I just went right under the Humvee, which was rad, right? That Humvee. And I hit my head. And they're like, "You okay? You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm okay."
You didn't get a concussion, did you? Or
Adrenaline going, you're like, I don't know. And then eventually I was like, I think I need to go to the doctor to check if I have a concussion. So I think I had a small concussion. But
she,
yeah,
woman.
but the thing is, like, that's like, if you look at all the stuntmen, have you seen the Fall Guy, guys? Have you seen that?
No,
Yeah,
I have to.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Oh, no, wait. No, hang on.
Okay, you got to put it on your list, guys. It's all about how the stuntmen work and what they kind of go through, and a bunch of fantasy and love and like good stuff like that. So, David Melch, he was on my season as an actor. He taunted Mike.
Yes.
Right? He taunted Mike. He was like, "Chicken, come on, fight me." And Mike's like, "No, we take the I want him." And yeah, he ended up being like the director for Bullets
And Deadpool 2.
and Deadpool 2. Are you sure?
Yeah, he did the sequel. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh my, that's crazy.
I'm not BSing you, Sasha.
What?
What'd you
I
say?
said I'm not BSing you. We did, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then he did the Fall Guy too with Ryan Gosling. So yeah,
Right, yeah.
it's pretty phenomenal. It's nice to see like where people have gone on Power Rangers, like, and what they're doing. It's pretty intriguing, right?
It is. And I was gonna ask the next question, but because Kwame, you're not feeling well, I want you to ask your next question. Plus, I want you to ask that follow-up question that we always ask every single Power Ranger star, and you know which one I mean.
Yeah, sure.
So go ahead, my man. Ask your question and ask the follow-up.
Yeah, I'll ask that. I was going to say something real quick, but I'll do it. I'll do it on real quick. Sure. Sorry.
Don't
So,
be.
Sasha, how does it feel to be a legend anyway?
Yeah, I'm such a legend, yo.
No,
Yeah,
seriously, you are.
You are. Oh,
You
yeah.
are.
I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror, and I'm like, "Hey, legend."
Sasha's so badass.
I don't feel like a legend, guys. I just feel like a person that gets to connect with you, and I feel like a person who got to do fun stuff on a show. So you're very, very kind, but come on.
As I say, you're top tier, Sasha. You're like one of my favorite Yellow Rangers. And as I said, Lightspeed Rescue, I think, is a top tier season. It's, as I said, it's in my top 3. Like it was a special time then. And what's funny is back then I couldn't tell, like in school, I would be made fun of if I said I liked it. But nowadays, no one cares. So like, but it's one of those.
Yeah, kids are just weird.
They are, but
Yeah. they're interesting and weird and low self-esteem, and they try to pick on the small person sometimes to make themselves, better. But yeah, I'm sorry that happened. But yeah.
Well, no, it's fine. I'm glad because look, I'm talking to you now, and we're enjoying it like that. Like a lot of them are bums now, and I'm here talking with you, and it's so cool. And I love it, and thank you for that, by the way, too.
Although, Dan, I'd say you're probably the most successful out of all of us here.
Why?
Because he's like a very skilled prop maker.
Yes.
I mean, all of us co-hosts, and not so much you.
Show your stuff, Dan.
I mean, you pretty much have us beat, of course.
I don't have anything up here.
You don't have anything?
I wish I did. I don't have anything up here now.
Let me see if
I don't got anything.
Sasha, I'm going to show you some of the pictures that Dan showed me of his creations. This man is like a genius when it comes to props. He can literally take anything that you like from your show and make it literally like the real deal. Yeah, I'll show you right now.
Come on, guy.
I'm a martial artist too.
It's the costume he made of Alpha.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he also made this.
Well, I can't.
King Mondo. It's King Mondo.
Oh, wow.
Let me see what else. He made this monster.
Yeah, he did appear at the very last episode in Lightspeed Rescue. You know that tomb with all the demons?
And this he made for Anne-Marie Crouch, for Princess Shayla's character.
Amazing.
So I am a martial artist too. I mean, you saw the splits earlier, but I do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Here, I'll do a little demonstration.
Yeah, new Jinsu.
Here, we'll do some.
I was gonna say something, but I'll wait.
I love nunchucks.
He's a regular Michelangelo.
Damn, he's good.
That's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Danny Angelo. Danny Angelo. It's good stuff, Dan.
Yeah, if only you could actually make it twirl on its chain like you did in the movie.
I want to see him spin it on his finger like a basketball.
Yeah, spin it on his finger like on the chain, because that's what Mikey was doing.
Make Jackie Chan proud.
It wasn't Jackie Chan. It was.
I know. I'm joking. I'm joking. That's a Donatello. That's a bow, isn't it? A staff?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, both staff.
Whoa!
That thing's probably bamboo.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Are you practicing? Wow, you must be.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Good stuff,
Dan. I suppose you got size too. You got size?
Sorry.
No.
He's got agility.
Agility and dexterity.
Yeah.
You got skills.
Perfectly executed.
Thank you.
Daniel, you're a showman.
I am.
I bet you're for Halloween. You probably have a lot of fun at Halloween, huh?
Oh, I do. I dress up.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of Ranger suits in my closet.
Oh, gosh.
Kwame, what was your question?
Okay. Look, sorry.
It's okay, buddy.
All right. Before I forget, since you're taking much of the time, do you remember on that episode where Olympus? Wait, what? Is it Olympius or Olympus?
Olympius.
Okay. It's that one scene that I freaking love on that episode. It's one of those funny moments. You know how Carter didn't know it was his real friends, and then you know how they were just pushing him into that pool? You know, at the very end of that episode, he fell in.
Which one? Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Are you talking to your friends? Or me?
Kwame?
Well, yeah.
Do you remember?
Kwame?
Do you remember the question?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Do you have any
Well, yeah, you were asking about the episode with Olympius, though.
Do you have any funny blooper stories you can share while you were filming? And yeah, you know that moment I mentioned, it was on one of your episodes, you know, when Olympus was around, where the Rangers won and then they were all like pissed off at Carter.
Uh-huh.
You know, they were going straight towards him, and then when Carter didn't know, you know, he fell over and fell into that swimming pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on about that bit. That's one of my favorite funny moments of Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't remember it. I'm rewatching all the shows right now, and so because this was 25 years ago, guys, I have a lot of memories in here now.
I know.
get pushed to the side a little bit. So I'm watching all of the episodes with my son, which is super fun because he's 10 and it's like, and he's like into it, you know what I mean? So,
So
so
show the light.
I'll get,
So
I'll have to get back to you, Kwame, when I see that episode again. Will you let me like stay in contact with you and tell you what I think?
I mean, if you want to, I don't mind.
I mean, if you want me to, I don't mind.
Sure. You know what?
Okay.
I'll do it right now. If you, I'll do it right now.
So it's not, basically you're saying you're doing parenting right.
I'm doing like I feel like I am anyway right now. I feel like I'm on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm excited to wake up every day and get to what I want to do. And you know, I think that really happened after I was like, you know what, I want to go do PMC this year because I just was like, I don't know. And then my girlfriend's like, no, you should go. You should go. I was like, okay. And I was nervous because I'm not the same size. My body's changing.
No, you've got a great body. What are you talking about?
My friend.
It happens, you know, like menopause, like women get older, their bodies start changing and you have to compensate. You have to eat healthier and work out and kind of just recalibrate. I think sometimes you have to do that in your life anyway. So what I'm saying is when I said yes to doing Power Morphicon, it gave me a chance to recalibrate. I start working out more, start getting excited, you know, and now I'm like more things are coming my way. I have more conventions that I'm going to. So that's really exciting. I'm going to be going to Erie, Pennsylvania in like a week,
Ooh.
right?
East
And
side.
to go.
Sasha, I found you, so I'm gonna send you a message real quick.
Okay,
If you're
it right
if
now.
you're ever in Chicago, let me know because I'd love to see you in Chicago.
I want to go to Chicago
Come here.
Oh,
so bad, dude. We had so many amazing fans from Chicago, and it's Chicago. You know, it's Chicago. I can't do it. I have a horrible dialect, but yeah.
No,
Yeah, I want some deep dish pizza and
yeah.
like I don't know, pay homage to John Candy. It's just
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just I don't know. It seems pretty cool. I just want to visit everywhere to tell you the truth. I just like people. I like meeting people from all over the place and finding like what we have in common rather than what we have that's different, you know? I believe we as people have more things in common than we do have that is different, like otherness or whatever. I want to love on my peoples all over the world.
And Sasha,
What do you say?
Sasha, my next question actually is related to what you said about, like, you mentioned how your son's watching Power Rangers. I just want to show you before I ask my question too what young me looked like while he was watching you kicking ass on Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. This was Petey when he was 10 years old watching Sasha Craig kick so much ass.
I know, that's my little nephew.
Auntie Sasha.
He's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Longtime fan. And
oh, I wish I could have just
rule.
So send you the part.
So my question, Sasha, for you is because Power Rangers in general has a strong legacy, and especially Lightspeed Rescue has a strong legacy as well. My question for you is, what do you think of the legacy and the impact Lightspeed Rescue has caused a new generation of fans like your son and and of course the OG fans like us here at the panel after 24 years of its initial release?
You know what's cool is my the fans that were watching Power Rangers Lightspeed. Do you like how I have like this? Like
I do. I noticed that.
The top is broken. I was like, because when you said that you made props, and I keep wanting to call you Ray, but it's Daniel. Not a lot, but yeah.
I do.
I got like a bunch of like at Power Morphicon. Sorry, I'm gonna stray. I'm straying. At Power Morphicon, I got so many cool gifts from fans, and this was one of them because I told people online that I was going to be in my suit, and I was like, oh, and I don't have a blaster. And so people were like, oh, and like all of a sudden now I have 3 blasters. I have this one, which I have to re-glue the tip on it because it kind of broke in my suitcase, but it's so cute. Somebody made this. Look, you can see how it's colored. Like it's like
Yeah,
the love that is in this object, it's priceless, right? It's priceless.
I love the fact that you dressed up too. I just gotta throw that. The fact you dressed up in the the suit just made just again. I love that you embrace it because again, I love Lightspeed, but I loved your character in particular, and the fact again that you embrace it is just so it means so much to me. So thank you, Sasha.
I'm going to show you a couple of other things that you could get.
Okay.
I got this, Kelsey. Somebody painted this for me, which is just sweet, and gave it to me. I have a bracelet, but it must have broke. Oh no. I got this.
There's your one.
With the number 4 on it, right? So I had that for in photo ops and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
right, that was cool. Let's see here, what else did I get? Oh, I know, my friend from Down Under. I got Tim Tams.
I love Tim Tams.
Somebody brought me Tim Tams. They're downstairs. I would show you, but my son begged me to open it up last night.
Oh,
Someone came from Hawaii, and I
Mhm.
haven't eaten these yet, but they're the
wow.
chocolate macadamia nuts, which, yeah, I'm watching my weight, so they're gonna be eaten, but like slowly. So I don't know. I just wanted to show
And
you.
you're doing great by it.
Here's the tip.
You're still hot, Sasha. You got it.
I just want to have fun. I just want to be healthy, and I want my body to do what I want it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the. I want to go and I'm working on my flexibility and my splits, and I want to go back to the gymnastics gym and work on tricks
Ooh.
and stuff. Like, you see how inspiring Power Rangers can be, like all 30 years. I mean, everybody, I watch Rangers now that are still doing the gym, and they're telling people how to take care of their bodies, and they're like practicing their tricks every day. And it's just really, really, really cool. So back to the question that Petey said about 30 years of Power Rangers. I think it's cool that I can watch it. Like, this generation gets to share, or the generation that watched it when they were little, they get to share it with their kids. You know what I mean? Like, it's a show, and they sit with their kid and be like, this is what I liked, and they want to share it with their kids. And that's kind of just not very many people get to experience that, and it's pretty cool. I like.
And let me just say this too, because your legacy though, like if they had to give like a Mount Rushmore of like certain Rangers, Yellow Ranger, Blue Rangers, if I had to give my Mount Rushmore of Yellow Rangers, I would tell them no order. I would say I would say Allison Sullivan, I would say Nakia Burris, and I would say Tracy Lynn Cruz. And I love every Yellow Ranger, but these are my top 4.
Oh, those are choices. I like those choices. Those are good. But I would desecrate the planet by, like, carving their a beautiful mountain.
Could you imagine it, Sasha, like the Mount Rushmore of your face, like Kelsley?
No, I would be horrified if someone did that. I would be absolutely horrified. The ego it takes to do that to like beautiful land is just insane.
Well, I mean, maybe think of it differently. Think of it like the Heads in the Leaf Village in Naruto.
Dude, just, you know what, go to your local kindergarten or like Big Brother place or something like that, and do something with kids that need like some extra leadership. Go do that if you want to honor Kelsey Winslow. You know what I mean? I think that's be more her style.
If I may touch on something you said, which I think is interesting about the martial arts and came back into it, I think That's the one thing I think killed the show nowadays because they don't like. Think about this. Mike was an actual martial artist, and you guys actually did the stunts and everything back then. Like there was a civilian fight almost every. Nowadays, that like there was only 3 civilian fights in the last season, which was Cosmic Fury. Like they killed it, and they got rid of all the martial artists. They stopped basically. Yeah, isn't that sad? Like that's what part of the DNA of the show. It's supposed to make people want to move and get active and stuff. And I think that's partially like that's why another reason I love Lightspeed is because of all the action. Like as we were saying earlier too about the stuntmen and just I think when they took that out of the show, that's what killed it nowadays. Where Lightspeed embraced it, and it was just the fights were top tier, and just the stunt team. And it's a shame they got rid of it later on. You know, so.
Haven't been able to watch the other episodes. Like I haven't been able. I want to, but I haven't been able to do that yet. So I don't really. I can't compare. You know.
No, well, yeah. I just let you know.
Give compared to what our episode did, but I appreciate that you liked it.
Sasha, we have a couple more questions before we wrap up. So I just want to say, you're gonna head off now. Okay, well, say bye before you do, mommy.
Bye, mommy.
Where are you from, mommy?
England. I'm a Brit.
Johnny,
I have a ton of family there. Where are you from?
Wow. Oh wait, you said you got family in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to be safe, I'd rather keep my location classified.
Oh, okay. What do you want to say? East, south, west, or north?
Well, it's kind of that's tough. That's hard.
Are you really English, or are you making up the accent?
No, he's actually he's English.
I'm English.
I known him for 3 years. He's English.
I love you, Sasha.
I'm 100% British.
100% cool. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's just out of all the shows I've watched over the years, I like to mix it up with American and British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel better.
Yeah. Anyways,
Bud.
I'm gonna take my meds and I'm gonna go to sleep because
Do it. Get better.
Thanks for the interview. I was glad to finally talk to you.
It was very nice talking to you.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, see you later, guys.
Feel better, mommy.
Bye.
Feel better.
Get well soon, Kwame.
Thanks, Jess.
Get well soon.
Bye all.
I gotta say too, Sasha, before we move into the near the final questions, I just want to say too that I was able to make a connection because you're a Fox Kids legend. Like to every one of us, you're a Fox Kids legend because Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue was on Fox 5 and Sally Field. I was able to make a connection between you and Sally Field. Sally Field was on King of the Hill in 1997 in the Halloween episode as Junie Harper, and the connection I made between King of the Hill and Power Rangers that you both were on the same channel.
Oh, we were both on Fox.
Yep.
Okay, that's a fun connection. I did not know that. I did not. You know what I did hear though? I heard when she played the cat in that movie. What is this called? Oh my God, I'm horrible. Do you know the movie where it's about the animals that go across country on an adventure and
Homeward Bound. Yeah.
Bound. Yes. So she was on Homeward Bound, and my nickname is Sassy, and her cat.
That's adorable.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, that's my connection. Besides, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and normal grandma stuff.
Stuff. You're just awesome in general, Sasha. This is my opinion.
You're awesome, Petey. You're awesome, dude.
You're making me blush. Making me blush even redder than this background here.
Yeah, go.
Which, by the way, I had that same gun you were holding right there. There's a picture of us.
Awesome.
We have Chris. You have one of your final questions that you want to ask Miss Craig. Go ahead.
All right. Are we talking about like final questions? Or
no. This is one of two. We have two. This is one of the two.
Cool. So, can you describe the process of shooting the morph sequence?
Okay, we only have each time I do it, or the one are you talking about when I go Power Rangers, Lightspeed, Rescue, and then I put my hands out. What we were talking about, and then
I mean,
it's on. I think they probably had us do it on green screen, right?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just shooting a morph sequence in general, really.
Yeah. So, like, it's kind of like a dance. If you're talking about getting everybody in sync, we just practice. I don't know. It's all in the morpher, guys. That's how I do it. Just the magic of the morpher. Just ask Miss Fairweather, she knows. So have to get her on.
Yeah, where's she?
I
She's-
tried.
she-
I found you guys. I found her on YouTube. She's down. It looks like she's down south somewhere.
She's on YouTube?
Yeah, you
I
do.
didn't know that.
Did you know she was like in Miss America, and she can
Yeah.
sing opera? Of course she did.
Yeah, so I mean, but I didn't know she was on YouTube. I thought she was, she kind of went silent after Lightspeed. Like, I didn't see any acting since. But
Her on IMDb Pro, I think you can see a lot. Like she's done like more work since then. But I had to do some digging to because I would love to see her again. She was so awesome, and I think me and her had a lot in common by being kind of wacky, and total we could whack out for sure. And yeah,
you're the fun one. You're the fun of the life of the party.
Yes, I agree.
well, let's go party, guys.
Let's do it. And I just want to say too, also you mentioned like getting her on the show. Like I reached out to like everyone. The only one that responded were you, Keith, and Sean. But Sean turned me down. But he actually did it in a very cool way, though. Like him and I actually still exchange emails. Sean and I.
I think we can get Sean.
I'm gonna
Don't
try to get him.
Said that. I think we have to pull him out.
I love to have him. Grant. I did reach out to Alice McGinnis, and she never got back to me. Like this, I did reach out to everybody, even Rhett.
Yeah. Oh, Brett too. Yeah. Some of them are just so busy. But I'm so glad that you got Keith and me and who else did you say?
I did reach out, but he never got back to me. It was Ron, the captain, Ron.
Ron Roge.
Ron Rogang. I have problems saying his last name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They know
He's a cool dude.
he is.
Yeah.
I met him actually at the Morphicon. He was there for one day, but I met him.
Yeah. You know what? He was he left because he had to judge Miss America in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Don't get mad at him because that's come on.
It's Miss America.
Can you imagine like seeing all these talented women do their thing wearing beautiful outfits and he's Ron. So I mean I think it would be it could not be helped. Did you lose me for a second?
No.
No, you're still good.
Okay, my phone said low power mode, so I thought, and the screen was black, so I was just like, okay, yeah, Ron's a hoot too. He's I think the other party guy on the show.
Are you sure it's not Allison? Alice?
Allison, do you think she's a party girl?
I don't know.
I think she's a gamer, a D&D lover. Loves to dress up. Yeah, she can party. She parties in a different way and not so wild. I think you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
beautiful and like God, her face is just gorgeous. So I don't know. She's a different kind of party animal. We all like to party. All get to party.
Much like you, she seems like a very fun person. I was watching an interview I saw that she did on YouTube. I don't know if it was from Morphicon or Ranger Stop or whatever. I saw an interview and she just comes off very cool. She's like, well, like, hey man, like she just comes off very cool.
Yeah, she's just a beauuful nerd,
You wouldn't believe like when I met Allison Sullivan, when I met Allison Sullivan, I said I always used to confuse you and Allison. She's like, what? No, she's more prettier than I am.
Oh, get lost. Yeah,
I'm like, what?
stunner. Are you
Oh,
kidding?
I'm like, you're both pretty. What are you talking about?
No, I could look at her all day for sure. I wish I've been trying to get together with her for a while now, but we both get pretty busy. But hopefully, I'll be able to see her. in October. I like to do that and get some food, FaceTime,
Let's
and
do it.
yeah, that's what I want to do.
Just you had a question, right? One of your two
Oh.
final questions.
Yes, I do. Is there any advice you could give to any fans out there?
Is there any advice? Just be in the moment, be ready, follow your instinct. When someone says no, wonder where that's coming from them. Maybe it's coming from fear, of you. And it's not necessarily because they don't think you can't do it. So I just say if you want to do something, study it, find other people who are doing it, and find things in common that you have with them and make them, make friendships with those kind of people where you want to be. I guess that would be that, and like sleep, eat, all that stuff, and get exercise, move your body,
Yeah.
have
Move
the
your body.
that goes everywhere to run all the things, and you need to move, like even if it's just like push-ups in your room, if you don't want to go outside, if it's like whatever, like I've been trying to like move more, and like I saw my friend doing like lunges and like at pickup when I was picking up the kids, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that with you. Like find people with your common interests and do it with them. They can keep you accountable. You can like say, hey, this is what I want to do, and what do you want to do, and you can help each other get to where you want to go. So that would be my advice for today. Yeah.
I have to ask too. Like this is a minor question too. I want to ask: Was Lightspeed filmed in California?
Okay. So Lightspeed was filmed in California. It was filmed in Santa Clarita, right next to Magic Mountain.
Yep.
And it was when I was on the show, it was union, right? So I was a SAG-AFTRA member, or a SAG at the time. It was before SAG and AFTRA joined unions. And I was very lucky that happened. Now I think that only happened for a few Rangers. And I think that might be, and every time we did the show, I think every season we did the show, the producers would say, you guys are the ones we're going to keep. We're going to keep you on for next year. You know what I mean? To keep our joy up for the show. You know what I mean? But they didn't. And I think that's why sometimes there's a little like jealousy between different Rangers. Not much. Most of the Rangers I've met are just amazing, but I did for a little bit feel a little animosity when it went to New Zealand, when it went to non-union, because I thought, what the heck? They're making billions of dollars on this show. Why can't they have union actors? Why can't they put money in my pension for when I get older? And, and health care. Why can't I have health care? I deserve that, and so do those actors. And I have a dream that I would like to start a foundation. I don't know how I'm going to do this, guys, but I would like to start a foundation that would help any Power Ranger who wants to become union. Yeah, I think that would
Yeah.
be
If you
cool.
need any help, let us know. We would gladly help you in your cause.
You are amazing. Thank you.
I'm all for it as well.
I will volunteer
Yeah.
any kind of service you need, Mrs.
I just want, and I know you guys are like that, because you, like when we did Power Morphicon, it wasn't, there was no big brand names out there helping it this year. Hasbro went, and we're looking at playmates, hopefully, to continue the toys, right? And the
Yeah.
and it was all by fans, all fan generated. A lot of fans helped bring out Power Rangers that couldn't afford the flight or whatever.
Uh,
So it was really, really special.
And you mentioned two figures, two shots, and I actually showed this to Sean, and he absolutely loved it when I showed it to him. But I think I showed this too. But I made this last year in honor of the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers, the diorama. And of course, you're in this. It's every single Ranger, ally, villain, you name it. You're actually in this. I don't know if you could see it or not,
Oh,
but
right. Your little that not little, your huge craft project is
diorama.
yours.
Mhm.
Holy smokes. That is so rad.
Sean loved it. And he was actually very pleased by it. And like I said, I made that because I'm such a huge fan of like the whole Power Ranger series in general too. Like, because if you ever need any help though, of course, like anyone here is gonna be willing to help. I voluntarily would help.
Yeah, happily.
Okay, well, I'm just planting the seeds. If you guys have any ideas, we could spitball it and try and figure it out. I think I would need to start some kind of foundation or a nonprofit, and I don't know anything about that. So I'd have to kind of figure that out. There's 150 or 160 rangers out there. Probably a lot of them already have
Mm.
what is that called? A union status now, or
Mm.
or anyway, for the rangers that want it and who want to continue acting and want to continue to work. I think that would be kind of cool. Now, it doesn't necessarily, it just means whatever they need to get there, because we as a people aren't like, we're not what is the word?
Not a commodity, or
No, it's not it's not like they can't do it on their own. It's just I want to give them a lift to do it if they're
Yeah.
really working at it, because I know when I joined the union, my grandmother passed away and she left me $1,200 and that was my union money, and I put it to that,
Oh
and
boy.
I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to use it for, and I'll always remember my SAG card as a gift from my grandma, right?
That's
So
so nice.
yeah, it's
If
cool.
if you did this,
Well,
go ahead.
what's interesting, because you brought up the move to New Zealand, a lot of that stuff they did that for tax reasons, because they got tax cuts over there. So
I mean,
that's why they moved over there instead of filming in California. Because New Zealand apparently is cheaper to film at. Like they could do more or whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm for filming in America still. I think that was a mistake too. As beautiful as New Zealand is, it should have stayed in America. So
100. I mean, I'm glad that everybody in New Zealand got to participate in the show, and because it's such an amazing experience. But I don't like, I don't, I don't like it when you have the ability to lift people up and pay them a fair wage. I don't like you like taking advantage of that situation because we're worth it.
yeah, and it was just a big, because everyone is in California, so that's a big miss. And then it actually probably costs more to fly. Like for Samurai, they did that. They hired California actors and sent them to New Zealand. So it's like, what's the point? Just stay in California. Like, I mean, I know it's expensive over there, but it's like it's be cheaper either way just to stay in California than fly them and have them stay in hotels for a couple weeks just to shoot for a couple months. And I don't know, just
Because it wasn't union.
yeah.
So it was cheaper for them to do that. I know that when I was shooting, every episode cost about $100,000 to make. Right?
Where did they get
Yeah,
the
because that takes in the explosions, the you said it earlier, the boom mics, the
Yeah.
filming, like just so many people stunned. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
where did they get the money to film all that though for that kind of budget?
The toy, dude. Call it
Ah,
a 2-minute commercial.
so
Yep.
t-shirts, toys.
The
Yep.
toys were like, they made billions on toys.
But did you ever get royalties like on the DVD sales or like original airs though? Like
I
aspects?
did because I was a union actor.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm grateful for that. That's what I said. Me working as a union actor on Power Rangers, I was very, 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 very lucky.
And you could do something very noble and poetic here, Sasha. You could do what Jesse Ventura failed to do with the wrestling thing and unionized wrestling. You can actually do the same thing for Power Rangers, only this time be successful in it.
I want to just bring all the Power Rangers together. That's would be my goal for like everybody to like embrace each other. I know it's kind of like starry-eyed or whatever, but yeah, I'd like people to realize what they got out of the show. New union or non-union, the experience is just phenomenal. And you can cut out whatever you want on this, Petey, if it gets too political or whatever.
I don't know. It sounds good to me. Only if you don't want this, then I would cut it out.
Just as long as it's like I just don't want Ranger to be mad at me. That's all. Because I appreciate every single Ranger for what they put into the show. That's all. You know what I mean?
That's important. You're saying a lot of important things, and that's nice. It's good to hear, you know? So
What I'll do is, Sasha, I'll send you a link to when I finish the video, and you tell me if you like it or not. And if not, I'll just fix it up. It's not a problem. It can be edited.
You're amazing.
Anytime. And I was just curious to know, because you just said it was filmed in California. How far was Santa Clarita? Team Winslow in the house, yo.
Yo!
That was 2000. How far is Santa Clarita? Clarita? Did I say that correctly?
Oh, I could get there in like 30, 45 minutes.
No, I was gonna ask, how far is it from Morphicon from Pasadena?
Like 45 minutes.
Oh,
that's not far at all. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe an hour. It depends on traffic. You know how it is in LA.
Sounds like Chicago.
So can you tell me, Sasha, you've been to this beach many times. It's a beautiful beach. What was the name of that beach in Lightspeed Rescue?
Paradise Cove?
Yeah, where was that actually filmed?
That's Paradise Cove. Yeah.
There's not actually a Paradise Cove in California?
Paradise Cove.
Sasha, this is the first time I ever went on the west side. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah. I think I had a hard time finding it because I didn't know where it was the first time because it's like this little tiny like driveway and it goes down this long driveway and then it opens up. There's a restaurant there and there's parking and then it opens up to this big beach, right? And I remember like driving past it, like went straight up to Ventura and like the first AD's calling me and they're like, man, they're like, where are you? And I'm like, oh. So, yeah, but it's a beautiful beach. They have like those Adirondack chairs out front in the sand and you can have like a couple of like whatever, a smoothie or a beer or whatever you want. And you could sit and watch the waves and see your kids playing the surf and stuff like that. It's really pretty. Yeah.
I should have went there. Like when I went to Cali for that 2 weeks, so I literally
come back.
I'm definitely gonna come back.
It's not like it's last
He
time.
may very well be moving there. I'll recommend it, but if he actually thinks he can afford it.
Who is Petey?
I don't think I can afford California rates. I can really afford the New York ones.
What? Find like certain areas. Like I found like a mobile home for my mom. Like when I was living out there, I found one for like $45,000, right? And it was in a senior living situation. And like her space, the thing with a mobile home is you also have to pay space rent. So her space rent was like $400 or $450 a month or something like that. So when she straight out bought the mobile home for 45, right? And then she had like a $450 monthly fee. And she lived in beautiful California. The thing about like when people are like, oh, it's too expensive, like people are going to figure out how to work it if they really want to be there. You know, you just kind of finagle it. You kind of have to think outside the box when you really want something. You know what I mean? And yeah, because people are like, well, this doesn't work anymore. Well, look at like the dinosaurs aren't here anymore. Okay, we have to like learn to change and move with what's going on. you can't just like complain about how things used to be. You have to like figure it out and brainstorm and try not to be so fearful about like what you're losing and be open to what you're getting, kind of thing.
Totally agree. And let me just say too, just before you ask one of your final questions, I just want to say too, Sasha, one thing I absolutely loved about Kelsey Winslow is how she's pretty much like one of the bros. And I'll give an example of this. Like there was an episode, Dan, you probably would know this better than me. It was the second episode or first episode with Marina, the mermaid. And I remember he was so upset, distraught that they had to depart, that Kelsey came in and was comforting him, like watching him over the bay as they watch over the marine. I think it was part 2 of part 1.
Yeah. I think she was a bro. She was a brother. You know what I mean? I don't think she wasn't really like, I have that too a lot with, I have a lot of like friends that are guys. My cousins, I was one of the bros. Like I got so upset when I got married and had me that not that upset. I love him. Come on. But I'm upset because like they were inviting him now instead of me to like the ski like parties and everything. And I was like, wait a minute. And Eli finally caught on. Like he was supposed to go to Steamboat with his with a producer friend. And it was so fun. He's like, wow, just come. And so I just walked into it wasn't Steamboat, it was Jackson Hole. And I just walked into the restaurant where everybody was. I was like, hey Jason, just sat down. He's like, not a guy. And I'm like, I know. I'm gonna play, so let's go skiing. So yeah, it's like, you know, don't, again, with the, I hate to say this because it's such a like, but as a feminist, I didn't even know what feminism was when we were doing Power Rangers. I just was a tomboy, maybe because I knew that guys had more fun, not more fun, but they had more rights. You know what I mean? They had more doors open to them. I was like, hey, and I didn't even think about it that way. I just thought like, I like to do what boys do. Like I like to you know, play sports, and I like to like hang out with the guys and chat, and it didn't feel as like catty, you know. No, but there's a lot of cattiness, and I just didn't know what to do. I don't know, I just didn't know how to pick up signals at that time about what, you know, girls were doing. I'd just be like, I didn't understand a lot of it. So now I just know that we all want to be, you know, loved, and that's the ticket. So pretty much.
You mentioned like you and Dan mentioned like if he was a character on the show, you guys would have fun playing pranks. Like I guarantee you, Sasha, if I was a character on the show, I would definitely want to have like a big sis little bro dynamic with Kelsey Winslow, like
Nephew.
a buddy thing. Yeah, auntie nephew thing.
Your nephew.
Auntie nephew.
You want to be my kid now?
Auntie, no, I didn't say that. I said big bro
yeah,
sis.
brother.
I said big sis little bro.
Okay, I'll take that. I can do that.
But you know, I'll also take auntie and nephew one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like auntie nephew, you can still like. There's not so much like. There's much more. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Next
There's so
question.
many jokes I could make with that, but I'm not going. I'm going to restrain myself.
Next question. I was just saying I would love to have been like that kind of bond in as Kelsey Winslow, like because you're just so awesome.
Stop. You're get out of here.
Just ask your question before I ramble again. Stop me.
Okay. I'm not stopping you.
Go ahead, Jess.
Oh, haven't thought of it yet. Like, all right. So, it's nice to meet you. You're a legend, even though I grew up watching Power Rangers Samurai.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to Australia.
Really?
Yeah, like in June.
Ooh.
Comic-Con. Yeah.
Perfect timing because it's winter in June there.
Yeah. Where are you? You're not afraid to tell me your location. I won't stalk you, I
Oh.
promise.
That's okay. I'm in the New South Wales state of Australia.
Then
East Coast.
Oh my gosh.
awesome.
East Coast.
East Coast?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's where New South Wales is.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. What do you like about where you live?
Oh, it's all right.
Eh.
But summertime is just humid and
Yeah.
makes me like graphically melt
Yeah.
off to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
The winter's the perfect timing there.
Yeah. Hey, well,
Yeah.
I'm in winter. I'm
Yeah.
gonna come. I'm going.
Awesome.
Yeah. What was your question, Bob? I forgot what you were saying.
I said that's awesome.
Oh no, what was your
Oh,
question? Ask me something? Was there a question?
Oh no. I just
You okay?
like living. Yeah, it's all right. Like, it's all right. Like, all right. Like, yeah.
Everything okay, Jesse?
Take a deep breath.
Yes, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
But yeah, you're just making a point rather than having a question.
Oh, I
If-
did ask the question.
What was
Oh.
number?
She's
Like,
having
what will be your favorite part of loving Australia if you're there?
My favorite part. Oh my gosh, I just got a hat too. I can't wait to wear it. I just went to the farmers market, guys, and oh my gosh, I'll show you a picture. It's not up here, but it's this awesome wide brimmed hat, and the artist used a pen that you can burn in, like you can burn in the sketches that he does on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it has beautiful mountain scenes and bumblebees and flowers and stuff on it. So my favorite thing about Australia, I mean, I know you're gonna laugh at me, but I watched, Paul Hogan in Crocodile Dundee.
great movie.
Such a good movie.
Great movie.
Right? I mean, I just want to see like all the different animals that we don't get to see here. And I just want to like talk to people that I want to absorb the culture. I want to, I don't know, maybe I'll even try Vegemite. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Should I try Vegemite?
You can,
Yes,
I would try that.
really should. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you like
a little bit.
a little?
It's
Yeah.
got vitamin B.
Okay. I need vitamin B.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the ocean looks beautiful.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much of it that it seems like I think there is a book called Burnt Country that I read about Australia, and it's just what?
I said, really?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, and it's I can't remember the author right now, but it was just eye-opening, and he traveled all the way around Australia and just shared what he saw while he was going where he was going. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem like any other place on earth, really.
And if you had to name like another place that you never like traveled to though, Sasha, like for a convention, where would it be?
Everywhere. That
Chicago.
the moon.
Chicago.
Brooklyn, New York.
Right answer, Chicago.
Chicago.
Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, I want to go to New York Comic-Con too. I love
Yeah.
go see some shows. And
Coney Island, like Sasha, visit the famous Coney Island.
the famous Coney Island, I would go ride, the haunted, park ride, all of that. Yeah. And then I want to go to Japan, like to see where
Oh, yeah.
I was filmed. That would be really cool. I know that my counterpart, the actor that played Yellow Ranger in Japan, he actually has he had a brain tumor on the show. And
Oh damn.
Oh.
yeah. So they're like a really cohesive group, and they came out to Power Morphicon one year, and I got to try on his jacket. You know, he has a like a
I saw that picture. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
he has this awesome orange jacket, really cozy. And I would just like to go out there and see what I could do to help and visit. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Was that 2016 or 2018? Just because I saw you at one of the PMCs. I didn't see you at this recent one, but we met before.
My hair was short, so I think it might have been 2016 because the next time
Yeah.
my hair got longer, right?
I'll send you that picture of you and I because we did meet before. So
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see you again.
Sasha, we have we're gonna wrap. We're gonna. What'd you say, Dan?
oh, I thought you were good because I got my final question too.
Yeah. I was gonna say we're gonna wrap up soon, but Dan was gonna ask one of his final questions.
Okay, Dan. Dan the man.
Okay,
Dan the man.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this. As I just said, I love Lightspeed Rescue. It's one of my top 3 favorite seasons. But I'm a conspiracy analyst, so I just want to throw that. And so just want to throw that out there. So I'm gonna show you part of a scene. And I'm curious. Like yesterday was September 11th, so to me this is just my personal opinion. You tell me if. And I want your opinion on this too. I think there was some predictive programming in it. Again, I'll show you the scene really quick, and you can let me know what you think.
He also showed this scene to Keith Robinson in our interview last night with Keith.
So let me know what you think. Whoop.
Oh wow.
So I'm
I think
curious.
the plan that was I think it was in the ether. It was something that people were talking about for a long time. You know, like I think it was just that it happened.
Like
You know?
an eerie coincidence.
Like
Yeah,
I don't think it was a coincidence. I think it was like obviously people were thinking like that's like you know when you have a good idea and or a horrible one and all of a sudden another person has that same like or they invent something and then another person around the world invents it at the same time. It's like one
yeah.
of the things that when it comes into the ether, like it's I don't think it was predictive. I don't think it was a conspiracy. I think
Okay.
just horrific.
Yeah, because that aired November of 2000. So I was just curious, like, again, as I said, conspiracy analyst. I'm kind of weird like that, but I'm just that's what. But like, plus Lightspeed was a government season, so part of me also wonders. Again, I'm not sure if there was CIA on set or if anyone may whisper that to one of the writers or whatever. But I'm just again.
Like remember they were like Kelsey Winslow, like. What? Who in the
Yeah,
world? Yeah, it felt very government, right? But I think
yeah.
show, guys. I think it was just a kid's show.
Yeah,
Well,
and keep in mind
yeah,
the Power Rangers is originally filmed in Japan, so I
but
don't think they necessarily had like much say on what was happening with 9/11.
No.
And also too, The Simpsons, they were supposedly accused of predicting 9/11. So were Beavis and Butthead.
hold on, let me really quick. No, that was all American footage. Plus, here's the thing: television is also an apparatchik of the CIA. Like I think most people know. Like it was created by General David Sarnoff. So I'm just again I'm just asking questions here. Don't take it
No,
like it's not personal or anything. So
that's why the internet is so great, right? Because
right, yeah,
different they don't have their governments do control what is on like that's what they used to control what was on prime time, right?
yeah,
No, you couldn't like you couldn't say certain things, you couldn't swear, you couldn't like if the church didn't agree with it, you could
yes,
you couldn't have it you couldn't like I had a friend who was on a show called Nothing Sacred and they were having such a hard time. It was an ABC show and they were having the products placement was getting pulled here and there, right? They didn't want any like any problems. So like you can, tell a narrative on these platforms, these media platforms, but that's why you have to do critical thinking. You have to cite your sources. You you know and like real sources, not just like, well, my uncle said, and like, or the internet said. You have to get like real sources.
Yeah.
um, yeah.
And you
Well,
So
also have
Sasha,
to be mindful of like the factual reporting of those sources, the
yeah.
credibility,
Mhm.
as well as the overall bias too.
Biased. Also, that fear travels faster than positivity
yeah,
on on the internet. So because people, like, they think of it's harder, it's easier to like be afraid sometimes than be positive.
Yeah.
you know
And,
So,
and
Sasha, Phil,
sometimes trying to dissect the conspiracy itself can take us further away from the truth than closer to it.
really, really quick, Sasha, still, thank you for humoring me on that. That is, I know it sounds ridiculous, but thank you so much for just doing that.
without that stuff, we wouldn't have had what was that amazing Fox show with the two detectives?
Oh,
What
um,
is that
There's so
show?
many, weren't there?
Let me
oh,
see.
X
It's,
Files.
Not Columbo.
there was X Files. Huh?
Yeah,
X Files?
that's
Yeah,
fine.
X Files was on Fox.
But it was on Fox, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
So
My first guess was going to be Sam and Max, but yeah, X Files too.
yeah. Oh, Sam and Max. Is that the psychedelic cycle? I don't.
No, it was about a cartoon dog and bunny detective.
I'm not psychedelic. I meant like the psychic detectives. There's a show called like that.
oh,
That's
yeah.
Psych, and that was on
Oh,
It was.
USA.
Psychedelic detectives is a whole different show. Okay.
That was. That I know what show you're talking about. That was.
Yeah, that was Psych, and that was on USA.
It was. Was it?
I think so. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
well,
With what's his face from darn, what's that, Brightburn, or no, not Brightburn, what's that other show?
Burn.
Burnham, was it? Could be, I don't know, I gotta
what, Burn
I'm
Unit?
mixing all these shows up, but still, thank you, Sasha, for answering my crazy conspiracy question, because
It's fun to go down like funny roads as long as we're not hurting anybody.
oh yeah, no, I'm just asking questions, so thank you for humoring that
Yeah.
question.
Absolutely.
And sometimes conspiracy theories do turn out to be true.
Sometimes they
Yeah,
do.
they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap up soon. We're gonna go with our final comments and or questions. So we're gonna start with you, Chris. Since we didn't hear from you much, like right now. So, any final comments or questions you have for Mrs. Craig?
Well, Sasha, are you familiar with the Grand Theft Auto franchise of hosts? The Grand Theft Auto franchise at all?
Yes.
Well, okay. So, I mean, that said, you actually remind me a bit of Ned Luke of the GTA franchise instead of Stephen Ogg, who wants to be known for other roles, or the late but great Ray Liotta, who didn't appreciate his opportunity, or Michael Hollow, who wanted a bigger slice of the pie. You actually appreciate your time in the franchise and what you've been recognized for, and those are the kind of people that we need more of. Those are the types of actors we need in the industry. I'll just say that much. But I'll also add to this too. I can also appreciate your advocacy for self-care, whereas I often recommend DDP yoga for people who are needing it, and I'm a Diamond Dallas Page fan. But you seem to have it all figured out, and
Not
I,
all.
and if you're not that confident, then look into DDP yoga.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you're gonna check it out.
I myself appreciate self-care now these days,
Yeah.
and I actually use like blood flow restriction cuffs that I bought from DDP's website, and I help it with or I use it to help with my muscle growth, and I also try to keep my cholesterol in check, and I've made oatmeal a bit of a staple in my diet.
I love oatmeal. I made it this morning with chopped up apples and raisins.
Ooh.
Good.
Like quick oatmeal, so it's like instant oatmeal. I love the steel oats too, but it takes longer to cook. But yeah, fiber. I believe in a good fiber diet, which Good for
Are you? Are you?
But I want to also ask this too, because I like to ask this, and nowadays for anyone who's been in the Power Rangers franchise, what do you think could be the possible future of Power Rangers? Me and Pete are at odds about this. He thinks it should actually fade into the sunset, but I'm a firm believer that the end is not the end. And with a lot of the fans these days being in their 30s, in their 40s, what have you, some of them still just being fresh out of their 20s, I think there could actually be an opportunity to go like a full analog for the Super Sentai, whereas it could be more directed towards adults, but also at the same time, I guess, still have some analog towards the American culturalism, and compared to like what you would see with Japanese culturalism and within Super Sentai itself, that would just be like flying over the heads of Americans.
Yeah, well, I think as we have the internet now, a lot of our cultures are kind of like coming together, and we can appreciate each other more, even if we're not visiting other countries. I mean, anime is huge everywhere now, right? I think that Power Rangers, one of the fans was saying this to me, and he was like, it could be like Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Has a great message. It's uplifting. It talks about, like how to deal with certain situations that are difficult for kids and adults that haven't grown up yet. You know, but they're like, oh, I could handle this different. So I mean, and the whole Power Rangers things with like may the power protect you, and Star Wars is like may the force be with you. It's kind of like interesting. I think it has a lot of room to grow. I think we just need the right people doing it. Like that would be cool. That would be so cool, right? Like they did the Power Ranger movie with that came out like not so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we can't hear you too well.
What was that last part? You.
I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Okay.
Okay.
The person who did the opening, I don't remember if it was the trailer, but they've hidden little secret things in the opening of Power Rangers, the movie, the last movie that came out.
The 2017 movie?
And my name is somewhere in there. And I gotta go
Really?
talk to him and figure it out. It's like a Easter egg, right?
Oh, I gotta see that.
Right.
I know, I gotta see it too. I'm like, I like he did it years ago. I remember when. Now I hope I don't get him in trouble. But, great.
That's so cool.
It is.
I mean, unfortunately, the 2013 Power Rangers movie didn't do that great. In my opinion, this is also something I'm at odds with Pete with. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I thought. Yeah, I thought actually was.
Right? It was kind of cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think in the overall like modernization of special effects they've used, and I guess the ebb and flow of the story that kind of just meshed with the modern day, it was good for what it was, and I didn't knock the fact that they used the like original characters that was from original Mild Morphin, and I was actually a little bit disappointed that we never got to see the Green Ranger, or who they teased at the end.
Guys, I think we lost Sasha. Hold on.
What?
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of ways it could go, and I just have to remember that. Sorry, we just have to remember that that it's never going to be the same as when we watched it when we were kids. The nostalgia and the specialness that when we're a child and we're watching our favorite show, and when something else is coming along, like it's just not the same, and things change, and we kind of have to kind of see that's what happens. But it would be great to do like some crossover episodes, like again, like how we did with Galaxy, A Lost Galaxy, and
and
and,
Time
and Time Force and stuff like that. That would be amazing. But I know there's a lot of people doing different things, or Yell for Yellow. That would be awesome.
Sasha, don't you think though, because Wild Force had a special called Forever Red, don't you think they should have Yellow called Forever Yellow? Thank you. Thank you. Because I would love to see how awesome would it be, guys? Could you imagine a team that consisted of Sasha Craig, Allison Sullivan, Nakia Maurice, Monica May, Tracy Lynn Cruz? That to me is like a dream team right there.
Yeah, all of them. I mean, I did a wonderful yellow panel. Like
I know.
While we were at Power Morphicon, it was so much fun. And they're such strong, delightful women to be around. I feel very, very lucky. I would love to do a movie with them.
Likewise. Oh, and I forgot, how can I not mention, because she was also a wonderful woman too, Yellow Ranger, Deborah Esther Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
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 And Serena Vincent. I can't forget Serena.
Oh my gosh, Serena! Hello. She's freaking gorgeous. Also, just a stunner and kind inside and out. Just amazing.
Absolutely.
Just a beautiful person. Seriously.
She is.
Yeah.
I gotta show you this too. Before when I say my final comments or questions, but we're gonna move on too with Dan Romano. Your final comments or questions?
Sasha, baby, honey, sweetheart. I love you. What?
Keep keep the nicknames down there, Dan.
Oh no! Do I have to come after you? I'm not.
She was playing along with it.
I am a sweetheart. It's fine. I just didn't hear what you said.
Oh no! I said Sasha, baby, honey, sweetheart. I love you. You're the best. You're one of my favorite people.
Man, that's not PG.
Honey, baby, sweetheart. I love you. I love you.
But seriously, you're one of my favorite people, and just like as I said, favorite Yellow Ranger, and you're just so cool. And it's funny you talk about collab. I gotta if it's cool, I'd love to send my YouTube your way because I would love to collaborate with you on something. And just again, you're so cool, and so just you're one of my favorite Yellow Rangers of all time. And as I said earlier,
higher on that. I'm getting higher on that ticker, on that Yellow Ranger ticker. It's going.
It's rising.
I can see it
rising.
But Lightspeed, as I said, was one of my top 3 favorite scenes. And you're just great, great person to intro. And just Pete, thank you for having me. Sasha, you're the best. I love you. And just hopefully we talk more soon.
It was great meeting you, Daniel. Thank you for coming on and being part of all of this. This has been really lovely. Seeing your kick butt skills over there.
Thank you.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. What belt are you?
I'm 1st degree black belt.
Oof.
So I'm working to my 2nd one.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. It's awesome.
And then I should show, you know what else I do besides, like, here's the thing I do, like, besides being a martial artist, filmmaker, prop, I paint on the side too, so I could show you one of my paintings, and if you want, I'd love to do a painting of you at some point, if you're,
Do you like this side or this side?
We can send me whatever pictures you want. I'll commission. Just let me know.
I'm just joking. I'm just being.
But seriously, I do it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
But thank you again, Sasha, for doing this, and thank you just for being so cool. And you're just the best. So I love you, Sasha.
Get out.
Dan has the same.
Come back. Get out.
Dan, you have the same reaction. Same reaction I have with Sasha right now.
Yeah, you guys.
Just before you say your final comment question, I just want to show Sasha this. Still one of my favorite pictures I took at Morphicon.
Of course you can.
Yeah, that's your beautiful fiance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt like a kid in a candy store taking that picture with you, Mrs. Craig.
Get out. I loved every minute of it. I felt like a shop owner with lots of candy. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yep, and I was that happy giddy kid that was munching down on all the candies.
Okay.
When the person says, "Was it worth it?" and I'd be like, "Totally."
Yeah.
Like in that South Park episode, I remember.
Yep, that's exactly where I'm going. But sorry, Jess, your final comments or questions for Mrs. Craig?
Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome. We thank you for letting us have you. You're a legend, as always. One of the legends. We loved interviewing you. And thanks for answering questions too.
Oh, anytime. It was great meeting you, Jesse. And I'm so maybe I'll get to see you in Australia. That would be
Maybe.
so
Yeah.
cool. I don't know where that
I
comes
know, right?
but
Yeah, you do.
yeah. But I just maybe if you see me, say hi, okay? You promise?
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you're in
I
Chicago, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll do the best I can.
Okay, I'll post it if I'm going into Australia, if I'm going to Chi-Town, I'll let you know.
So from
I've actually been to Chicago myself, and I got to see Al Bundy's house. I also got to visit the NBC studio where Jerry Springer was filmed originally.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
maybe not. I didn't get to see the inside of it though, but yeah, I would have liked to have seen more of the sights of Chicago. I'm bummed out about it, but I did get to experience the Chicago deep dish pizza.
Yum. I like me some pizza. Maybe I should be a turtle in a half shell because I like pizza too.
I'm a you said turtle. I'm a turtle.
Oh my gosh.
As you can see, I'm a big turtle fan.
Turtles forever.
Absolutely.
That
Have you
was a
gone to
great-
Hawaii, Petey?
I'm
Have
sorry?
you gone and seen like turtles in Hawaii
No,
or
I
in
wanna.
any tropical place where they're swimming? Like you can like swim with the turtles. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I
You have to
wish.
yeah, I think you'd love it. You have to stay like 100 feet away or something like that. Like
They're huge. Yeah.
yeah, they're really, really big and they're just beautiful. Like so cool to see them swimming underwater. It's
They're-
magnificent.
They're
Yeah.
probably so beautiful and so big and gentle, like a manatee. They're just so beautiful and
Yeah.
majestic.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
One of the before I have my final question, comment, excuse me, I do have a final question for you, and this is what I ask every guest star, and you should be familiar with this too, Sasha, because it was the last question I asked you on our last interview, and that is, what is next for Sasha Craig? Now, this is the part, Sasha, you're very familiar. You can talk about anything you want, promote, hype, say anything you want. It's open mic. I am passing the proverbial microphone to you. The floor is yours, Mrs. Craig.
It's dinner time. Isn't it? Isn't that what's next?
Okay.
I think it's dinner time, guys.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
One step at a time. I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but my heart is open. And so I'm going to keep my eyes open and I'm going to see what opportunities present themselves. And you know, and then I'll rock with that. That's what's going to happen.
That's just awesome. And let me say before we conclude, this is my comment for you, and this is going to be a long adjusted praise, so brace yourself.
Oh, gosh.
I want to say thank you again, Sasha, for not only for this amazing interview. First of all, both interviews just kick ass, like yourself, just awesome and kick ass. And I just want to say thank you for not only the interview, but thank you for those memories you gave myself, gave Dan, gave Jess, gave Chris, watching Power Rangers growing up. I mean, I told Keith this yesterday. I'm gonna sound like a broken record when I say this too. You have this incredible gift, Mrs. Craig, where like you could take a 30-something-year-old fan like this dude right here and bring him way down here and make him feel like that little boy again watching Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue because you're such an amazing storyteller.
Oh, Petey, what did I do to deserve you, man? I don't know.
You're just awesome. And let me just say this too. When I met you at MorphiCon, I literally felt like that little boy watching Lightspeed Rescue. I felt like I was looking Kelsey Winslow in the face, like, you know, from 2000. It was really, really cool. It was like Woodstock for me, like going to MorphiCon.
Awesome, dude. Friends for life? Okay.
I put my hand out for extensive.
Yeah.
Life
If I did that, I'd drop the phone because
we-
it's plugged in and I had to take it off the stand. So
Well, we do have the nephew auntie bond, right?
or little brother, little bro, whatever you want, dude.
I
Just
accept
call
all-
me. That's all. Just call me. Okay, kid?
Absolutely, and I'm gonna send you a copy of the interview when I'm done. It will most likely, I'm telling you right now, it will most likely be up Friday night, and I'll tell you why. Because I have 3 interviews I gotta edit and upload. I have to upload.
Take your time.
Yeah,
Take
Keith
your
is
time.
in. Oh, sorry. What did you say?
I said, take your time. I just got a message. I've been trying to get a hold of Mike
Oh,
forever.
sure. Okay. So
Well,
No. It just said we're gonna talk tomorrow.
okay. Well, we're gonna conclude right now. I'm gonna start, working on the editing. But before we do, I just want to conclude with something that I waited since I was 10 years old. And shame on me that I did not do this at MorphiCon. I feel like you deserve this, Mrs. Craig, and that is thank you,
Thank you,
Sasha.
Sasha.
Sasha rules. Thank you,
You,
Sasha.
Sasha rules.
Thank you, Sasha.
Sasha
rules.
rules.
And by the way, as I said, as a longtime sports fan and as a longtime Sasha Craig fan, so 2 birds with 1 stone.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. You have a
Love you,
wonderful
Sasha.
night. And
I love
you're
meeting
awesome.
all of you new people.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.